Hello, Internet. I am Insane Lane, as well as a Canadian girl, and this video got my attention. I saw the first few minutes, there was some kind of sus. So I don't know how it ends or how it turns into the title, which is arrogant 20-year-old gets humbled by cops. Because at least from the beginning, it was very much the other way around. But we'll see how it goes. Like maybe there's a 180 somewhere. But this one, yeah, there's some kind of sussy in some of the language that gets used. So let's see what we all think together.
For what?
It's a really nice neighborhood.
This arrogant 20-year-old thought he could escape the police, but gets taught a
Oh,
lesson
okay, I
by
missed
them
it. I guess he
instead.
takes off at some point. That's
How
not
you
good.
doing? Lieutenant McConnell.
How's it going?
Good.
I know who you are. What was I doing?
Okay, well, first of all, you have your window tents to be
Okay.
dark, and number two, you have
So they know each other.
market exhaust. Do you have an ID on you?
Yeah. No, my ID's not on me, but I have my social security card.
Okay.
That counts as ID.
None of my stuff's illegal on my car.
Okay, can you roll up your window a little bit so I can show you on the meter here, please?
Yeah.
Okay,
Right
just
there,
off
that's
the top, I'm noticing. Okay, the back window is up, but I can clearly see the headrest. So how like it's a black car and it's night, so it's really hard to judge, especially from a video, how dark the tint is. But I can see through the window because I don't drive, so I don't fully understand the tint thing. I think it's kind of a ridiculous law. I think it is definitely one of those excuses that gets abused for pulling people over. I kind of think it's ridiculous, but the only explanation that I've ever heard for why there are limits on how dark the windows can be, I don't think we have these here because I've definitely been in cars with completely blacked out windows. But the explanation that I heard in America is that it's so that police can like see in the back and like make sure there's not people or like somebody with a gun back there or something. But it's to allow the police specifically visibility. It has nothing whatsoever to do with like driving or anything else. Like maybe you could obviously say like your tint is so dark you can't see the road properly, or especially at night. So I could see that being an issue, but obviously it's not the windshield that we're talking about. So I'm not sure. I've heard it said though that there's also no tint limits on the back windshield, that's allowed to be darker. So it's mostly just like a safety visibility thing.
It's not even.
But it looks
27%. It's got to be over 50.
That's not even over it.
Okay, listen, look. 20.
okay. What are you? How is this working? Because you're saying that the tint is at 27%, so that's low, and it should be over 50, or is he saying that it's calculating the amount of light that goes through and it's 27 and it should be at least 50? That would make sense if he's talking about the light and not the level of tint. But again, these windows do not look that dark to me. So I don't know if I'm misunderstanding that. That's entirely possible. But this seems already like what?
28%.
So what is there? A ticket on it? Or you just pulling me
It's
over?
usually
and
just a
nothing
ticket.
else?
I'm just
Or a
sitting here
warning.
talking to you, buddy. That's all
Okay,
I'm doing.
no, look. See, the window is halfway up. Okay, yeah, the window's halfway up, but I can see him perfectly clearly. I can see his shirt. I can even see that he's wearing a chain. So how is the window tint too dark? I can see the steering wheel and the dashboard through the window. How is that too dark when I can see through it like perfectly fine? Like, I don't know if I'm believing this cop at this point for what he's saying, because he didn't show. I've seen cops before that they have the tint thing and it slides on the window, but I've seen them take it because it has like a digital display and hold it in front of their camera to show this is what it actually said. This cop didn't do that, so I'm wondering, like, what is going on here? This isn't making any sense. Why are there so many statues on this street? Like, I'm just noticing there's like, are we parked in front of a funeral home or something? Because there's like all these statues and the urns. Really nice neighborhood, gorgeous house, but where are we?
I haven't got that far yet. Can I get you? You don't have an ID on you?
Yeah, I have my social security card. Can I
Sure.
have it?
Yeah, he did tell you that he had that. And you
Lost my ID. I was selling my truck. I think some Mexican took it, honestly, but that's my social security
okay?
card.
Okay.
I have insurance on
Who's the vehicle registered to?
Me. I have insurance, everything on it.
Looks like it's registered to a fleet company.
Yeah, it's still being leased.
I understand.
I don't understand the issue, Officer McConnell.
What time is it?
11 to 6 or 7.
I'm not understanding the issue
it's
either.
reasonable that I would stop violations at night to see what's going on.
Yeah.
And maybe give a person a warning depending on how they act.
Okay.
But you're giving me a...
Okay, that was the line that I had problems with. This is like where I stopped. Because I have a problem with what he just said. Because what he basically just said is depending on how much people defer to me and are nice to me and play along with my BS, then I'll let you go with a warning instead of a ticket. Well, officer, you don't get to apply your judgment based on your personal opinion or how nice somebody is to you. Like, he basically just admitted that he will abuse his authority and write a ticket where he normally wouldn't have if somebody gives him attitude. As I have a feeling he's about to say this guy's giving him a hard time when, like, this guy's been completely cooperative. He hasn't said anything or done anything. Like, this, I already don't know. And the fact that remember, these two know each other. Because they're calling, like, he's calling the cop by name. They clearly know each other. So I'm wondering if there's, like, some kind of history here that's playing into this. Because I still, like, I don't even know why you pulled this guy over. Because I don't think the tint is an issue because you can see through it. And he said something about having aftermarket exhaust. I don't even know what that is. But is there some law that says you have to have, like, original parts on your car or something? Like, what does it matter? Like, again, I know nothing about cars, so if it's important, somebody please tell me, but I'm really not sure what's going on here.
a hard time because your window tint is too dark.
Well,
And this isn't
last time we had to run in with each other?
No, you got arrested?
No, I didn't get arrested, but you wrote me a huge ticket.
For what?
I don't even really remember it.
Oh, do you remember the time that you didn't go to jail and you got diversion instead that time?
Yeah, because that was the choice the judge gave me.
And he gave you a choice, and then let's just do it again? Do you carry a firearm?
Okay. That is incredibly personal. Now I'm like, if I'm this kid, honest to God, I'm calling 911 and saying I'm being harassed by a cop on the side of the road out of a personal vendetta because the cop just said it. He just said he wrote this kid a ticket, apparently a huge one. I don't know what huge is, but I know they can really, some tickets are like ridiculously expensive and I have no idea why. But he wrote him a huge ticket. The cop apparently feels whatever he did, he should have gone to jail. But the judge offered him, probably because it was like his first offense, a deferment program, which he has every right to do, both the judge and this guy, to take it if that's an option. And I'm sorry, officer, you don't get to resent the fact that the justice system doesn't work the way you think it should. Like, this is a cop trying to play God right now, is what he's doing. He's saying, like, oh, I don't like that this guy got off lighter than I think that he should have, so I'm going to hassle him now, is what he's doing. And honestly, like, again, I'd be calling 911 and reporting this cop immediately and demanding a supervisor on scene because, dude, you just admitted this is entirely personal. So I'm not tolerating that. But he did just say something about a gun.
You do carry a firearm?
It's in the back locked up.
Okay.
I don't need to touch it.
Okay, it's in the back here?
It's in a case
I
locked up.
understand. How old are you today? But I'll be right back with you, okay?
Okay, so he does have a gun in the car, but it's in a locked case in the back.
40 in the vehicle, right?
40 caliber. That's a big gun.
And that's a handgun. That's going to be felony illegal. I'll be out.
Why? And why is that illegal,
is that
though?
A handgun?
What?
Is that a handgun?
Yes.
How old do you have to be to have a handgun?
You can be any age to hold your firearm. As long as it's locked up and you have two things on you, you're fine to have it. My stepdad bought it for him for Christmas.
Okay, step out.
Sounds like he knows his rights.
Yes, you have a handgun in the vehicle, Chase. You're not 20.
Okay, I've never heard that you have to be 21 to own a gun. No, because I've 100% heard of people who are like 16 or 18 in the States that own guns, usually like for hunting. So no, I've never heard that you have to be 21. And also the cop is saying specifically because it's a handgun. Why would that apply over other types of guns? I don't know what state this is. I want to look this up so badly, but I don't know where we are. If they say where we are, I'm going to look this up for sure, because something's sussy here. Because I've never heard that, and especially if it's locked up, it's in a case. Like, so what?
On yet.
What?
It's
Hey,
not
step
on
out of
him
the
though.
vehicle,
It's
please.
in the car.
Don't be ridiculous.
Is that
For
the
what?
same?
Step out of the vehicle. You haven't.
Okay, shouldn't have done that. Where are we? Come on, somebody give me a city, something, anything.
Vehicle pursuit north on Main.
Okay, that helps, but not that much.
Got a firearm in the vehicle. Refuse to step out of the vehicle. He's gone high.
You're driving down the middle of the road.
He has a gun. Pass the jail. He's flying.
Okay, is this cop trying to get this guy shot?
Yeah, in the middle of Woodstock.
Oh,
What are we? Dopehead.
what? Okay, so somebody just said, okay, we've dealt with him before, he's a dopehead? He did not come across as that to me. Like, other than taking off, which he should not have done, that is definitely like fleeing a traffic stop, he's gonna have to answer for that. But he wasn't acting like sketchy or sus in any way, so I don't know what this, he's a dopehead, isn't it? Again, this is chopped up, this is not the complete video, it's jumping around, but it looks like this cop drove around for quite some time at quite high speed, looking for this guy, and apparently not catching up to him. He doesn't even seem to be like, I haven't even seen the guy's car since he took off. So this is not a good chase.
Of course, there's drugs in the car.
How do you?
Moron.
Okay, whoa,
Oh well.
whoa, time out. What the hell is going on here? Who is this other cop on the radio? And how in the hell do you know if there were drugs in the car? And if you suspected that officer that pulled him over, why did you not say anything about that? Why did you not ask him, are there drugs in the car? Can I search the car? If you know, because you're claiming that you know that this guy is a known dope head and I guess a dealer, why wouldn't you use that as probable cause and bring a drug sniff dog around if you know that he is a dealer and you're claiming he shouldn't have a gun? Which would be true if he has a felony record, but the cop didn't say it was because he has a felony record. He said it was because he's 20 years old. Which, again, I don't know what law this is. They said they're in Woodstock. The problem is there's more than one place called Woodstock, so I don't know what state we're in. So hopefully we get a state, because I want to look up the 20-year-old thing. It's driving me crazy. Because I've never ever heard that, and it doesn't make any sense.
Who it is, that's all that matters. He admitted there was a gun in the car, argued with me that he was allowed to possess it. That's up time. There's whatever.
He told you
I
that.
agree with you. He's
Who is he talking to?
Like, we can identify who you are. You're there'll be a case out for him.
Like, this language.
Indict him on Monday.
No, it's not for a week. Hold on, I'm gonna step out at the house here. I'm try to talk to the family.
Okay, I'll
Alright.
talk to you later.
Alright, bye.
Okay, bye.
143 1100.
Okay, I'm sorry. Was the cop just talking on a cell phone? Or was that over, like, actual police radio? Because that sounded like a cell phone call. And who is he talking to? Like, if I'm this guy's defense attorney, because I have no doubt he's about to get arrested, I'm playing all of that for the judge and saying, okay, so that would be you, officer, and another officer, I'm assuming, basically committing conspiracy here, because you're making things up. You have no proof there are drugs in the car. You have no proof of anything, but you're saying, oh, of course there's drugs. Of course he's a moron. Of course we know where he is. You're not sounding real professional there. You are sounding like this is a personal vendetta and that you are exaggerating. You are making things up. You are making false claims because you don't know there are drugs in the car. So, yeah, this is entirely personal, and now it's just getting utterly ridiculous. Like, this is just blatant abuse of power here. Again, guy is wrong for taking off from the stop, but I understand it given what was going on. Now, if it turns out he has drugs, I will eat some of my words, but not a lot of them, because this is still wrong. Somebody say where we are.
Hi, Miss Russell. Chase just led us on a 130-mile-an-hour traffic pursuit.
Where?
So I stopped him right here
Yeah.
in front of the police department.
Yeah.
Just
Is
to
this like
talk
his
to him about
mom's
his window
house?
tint. There was a gun case in the back seat. I
Yeah.
asked him if there was a gun in there. He said yes, he's not allowed to have a gun until he's 20.
Okay.
He's got to be 21 to have a fire.
What state
Stand
are
by.
we in, please? Oh, there's a
That's where
baby.
he stepped out of the vehicle. He put it in
Maybe
the
that's
back,
his
he took off.
girlfriend.
So where'd he go?
Last time I saw him, he was going through Woodstock and it's 130 miles an hour, so I shut it down. He's looking at a litany of felony charges. I'd like for him to be taken into custody safely.
So he is just on the run?
Okay,
Yeah.
how is he
I was
looking at
doing 115 and I couldn't
like
catch up to
felony
him.
charges for what?
What does he stay at, man?
He
'Cause
was with
you've
his
not
girlfriend,
proved
but
anything,
they fighting,
officer.
So I honestly don't
Who's his
know.
girlfriend?
Okay, so this is probably mom.
Who's his girlfriend?
Alyssa.
What is it?
Alyssa.
Where does she live at?
Okay, so I'm guessing he's gonna go to the girlfriend's house because that's probably where the guy is.
If you can talk him into turning himself in, that'd be the best route.
Okay, seriously, officer, are you hoping this guy ends up getting himself shot?
The officers locate
'Cause
the
you're acting
suspect's girlfriend's
disgracefully.
house. To avoid raising suspicion and prompting the suspect to flee, they park a few blocks away and approach the house on foot.
Somebody say what state we're in, please. I'm looking up how many states have a place called Woodstock. It's going to be a lot.
143, 1100.
Hi.
Where's he at? Chase, come out here.
You don't have a gun.
Did you
out
just
now.
draw your gun?
Step out now.
No. Okay, somebody fire this cop. I'm over it now. He needs to be fired and possibly arrested. Did you just draw your gun on her, standing there doing nothing, and a guy who's standing there with his hands up? You're that much of a coward. And yeah, that is being a coward, first rate. And the fact that all these other cops are like blindly backing up this blatant idiot cop who is completely making things up. Like, he's got no proof of anything that he said, and I'm still very sus about the gun thing that he's claiming. I am hoping I get a close-up on one of these patches and see where we are. Okay, where are we?
Listen.
Okay, so he's under arrest for what?
43 mil 21.
Alright, thanks. Thank you for being cool, man. Alright.
Specifically, what are you arresting him for?
You hid behind the door, man. I didn't know if you had a gun behind the door.
I'm sorry.
So that's why I, yelled at you there for a minute.
There's too many. He was not hiding behind the door. You're being ridiculous.
You have the right to be silent. You understand that? All right. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You understand that?
Although the suspect was in cuffs, they'd run into some additional troubles with him at the station.
You understand them rights?
Where's the handgun at?
Inside the house, sir.
Can we get it so we don't have to get a warrant? And-
Get a warrant if you're entitled to one.
You're not holding the gun. Okay.
Okay, do they even have the right to confiscate this gun? I don't think they do. If it's in the house, get a warrant. If you think you have cause, like, why are you allowed to take the gun? Nobody said that you could do that, and I think you're wrong about the gun law in the first place. So if I'm this woman and it's her house, I'm saying, no, you're not coming in my house. I don't care. You said you can get a warrant, go get one. Like, this is absurd.
Bro, I was going to give you a misdemeanor ticket.
The hell you were. You were such a liar.
Improper handling of firearm.
Yeah, that's why we were telling him to get out of the car so you could arrest him. This cop is a liar.
That's what I'm asking her.
No,
100% liar.
Okay. Is that revolver that we got, is that the same gun that was in the car when... Okay.
Okay, so I guess she
you're not
gave
allowed
them...
You can't have that like that until you're 21.
Why?
I don't know.
What state is this? Somebody please.
For felony of the third degree, fleeing elude, F5 obstruction, tampering with evidence, and then carrying concealed weapon and improper handle of firearm motor vehicle. You got about 6 felonies.
How is he carrying a
You're gonna
concealed
have
weapon
zero.
when it was in a case in the
I'm going
back?
to charge you with a misdemeanor and tell
The
you
the hell you
You're
were.
gonna
Like,
get
this
your gun
cop is
back.
such a
Well,
liar.
I'm probably gonna have to charge you with underage too, because you're in possession of alcohol.
Where are you finding alcohol?
What's the fastest speed you saw on your speedometer?
102.
No, you were going way faster than that, dog. Because I was going 120 and I couldn't catch you.
Kid, keep your mouth shut and get a lawyer.
Really fast. Like,
Because these cops are way out of line. They're making things up.
They're at a 60 type of car.
0 to 500.
Like, you didn't see alcohol in the car. You didn't see drugs in the car. You didn't search the car. So
He was the
somebody,
runner?
Yeah, he's a speedy.
what state is
Look
this?
at ya.
That's the road runner.
Somebody tell me. Whoa, where are we? Trey County something jail. I can't see. Darn it. Where are we?
This is the road runner.
I need a patch.
Yeah, this is the road runner.
Why are you calling him the road runner? Like, are you like are we literally in such a small town nowhere that this is a big deal that there was a chase? Like, I'm sorry, are we in a place with a population of like 500? Because the way the cops are acting, it wouldn't surprise me. Where are we?
Dude, that's some bitch.
What kind of motor was in that? The SRT8 or just
What?
the 5.7?
Urbana. Went up into Woodstock. I terminated in Woodstock. Then just, I ain't trying to die, bro. That's not driving.
You say Urbana?
Yeah, I know.
The
We saw
place?
it.
This fucker was flying.
Hey, bud. As a serious.
Oh, where are we? Trascott Regional Trascott track. I can't see it well enough. Trey.
Statement. Don't ever wear them pants again.
Okay, but what state are we in? Somebody
Let me explain
please.
this to you. So this is a X-ray machine. So this scans you and looks at
Pretty
and looks
high
at things
tech.
that are in your body. Okay. These folks are trained to observe abnormalities that show up on your skin. There's something that looks like a bag in your stomach. Okay. I'm not saying that.
Anything you swallowed drugs?
If you have something in you, you need to tell us now. So whatever it is doesn't kill you. Now, where you're going to go is a dry cell. Okay, and you're going to hang out in a dry cell, which means you can't flush a shitter. You don't get any water, none of nothing. Okay, and they're going to wait for that to pass. Okay, then if you fuck with it, whatever it is, if it's something, then you catch another F3, and that's a guaranteed prison trip. So if you ate something, you need to tell us now, so you don't get dead and don't go to prison.
Well, I'll back up on there.
Okay, so they could be wrong. Still trying to see where we are. Where are we? No, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I don't care. It's the end of the video. I'm not giving up. I need to know where we are because I want to check that freaking gun law. Yeah, it's like Trey County or something. Hold on. Okay, I've got it. We're in Ohio, and I've looked it up. There's multiple gun laws that apply here. The cop is still very much in the wrong. He's either misinterpreting or he's deliberately BSing what the law is here, because what it says is that in Ohio, you must be at least 21 years old to carry a concealed handgun without a permit. That is, I believe, what the cop is saying this guy is in violation of, because he had a gun in the car. However, for it to be concealed carry, it has to be on your person. Like, you have to be like wearing it on a holster, like under your arm or on your hip, and it's covered by a jacket or something. That is concealed carry. Having a gun in a locked case in either the back seat or the trunk, that is not carrying a concealed weapon. That would only be considered transporting a firearm, which somebody under 21 can do. And yes, it can be registered to them. They can own it. The only law that applies if you are under 21 is you cannot concealed carry without a permit. That is not what this man was doing. He was transporting a firearm in a locked case, which he has every right to do, and there is no age limit on that. And specifically, also, there are restrictions such as if he's a felon, which he's not, or if you have a domestic violence record, or yeah, that's it. Those are the only two exceptions in the state where you can't have a gun, is if one of those two things applies to you. But it is an open carry state, and it does say That's the only thing that it says. And it specifically says that since it is an open carry state and that is not addressed in state statutes, any person who is at least 18 years old is legally entitled to possess a firearm and can open carry. So Guy was right when he said he is allowed to possess the firearm because he is. There is not an age restriction on that. The cop is completely wrong. Like, just completely. So, yeah, and as for saying, like, there were drugs in the car or alcohol, we didn't see any of that. Granted, this video is chopped up. There are parts missing. So, if that ever was actually proven, it's not in this video. So, going off what we see here, because that's all I've got. Okay, I'm gonna switch. Okay, we're gonna let's break this down and wrap this up. We've got cop pulls guy over supposedly for tint and aftermarket something on his car. Never addressed the aftermarket whatever, so I'm just going to completely dismiss that. As for the tint, it didn't look too dark. I could clearly see through it, so I think the cop is lying because also he didn't show the reading to his body cam. And as we've just determined with the help of Google, the cop is completely wrong in how he's applying the gun law. He's wrong. It doesn't apply the way that he thinks that it does. So Guy is wrong for taking off. He deserves to be charged with fleeing and eluding, even though I bet he could get that dismissed because the cop clearly pulled him over for personal reasons, out of a personal vendetta. And what was all that talk on the phone between the cop and some other guy, possibly another cop, just ranting about what a drug dealer this guy is and he's a crackhead or whatever? He didn't look that way to me. I didn't see. And also, by the way, if there were drugs in the car, why is he not being charged with drugs? Because his charge is all related to the gun and to fleeing the traffic stop. I didn't hear any drug charges. I didn't hear driving under the influence charges. So I hope this guy gets a really good lawyer, gets these charges dropped, and sues the ass off this cop and this department, because this, from my interpretation, again, this is just my opinion. You can certainly leave yours in the comments. This was absolutely a personal vendetta by the cop. This was revenge because he didn't like that this guy got off light before and wanted to see him punished. So he invented a lot of BS and things escalated. Again, doesn't give the guy the right to drive away, but I understand it. And I really hope that like I said, he gets a good lawyer and that this cop gets some serious discipline, if not outright fired, because he crossed several lines. Like the fact that this was entirely personal and he was just obvious and open about it is the number one reason this person should never be a cop again. They clearly can't handle the level of power. But that will do it for this video. Please join me on the next one. I've been Insane Lane, as well as a Canadian girl. If you're new here, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye-bye.